Hello, Queen is back. Ugh, I think I look too much eyeshadow on. Thank you all for joining me. Um, this is a neutral live this evening. It has been months since I've done a hypothetical topic on the channel, and I feel bad because I've probably disappointed some of the fans who are used to me talking about different topics, men, whatever. Situations with children, grown children, relationships, friendships, whatever. So this evening, we're going to talk about the games that men play, the lies they spin. So I would put lies up there, but it's all the same thing. If you're spinning a game, 9 times out of 10, it's a lie. So, as most of you know, I am 50 years old. I don't have any pets, dependents to take care of. I'm basically to myself unobligated. So I can do what I want, go where I want, travel where I want. I'm not bound by any type of obligations. But nonetheless, I've tried dating. It has been a battle. I meet people, via phone, social media, things like that, but it has not worked in my favor. And I don't really think it matters where you go to meet a woman, man, whomever. It's the attitude that you're going to be dealing with. Are you going to be dealing with somebody that's knows how to talk, knows how to hold a conversation? I am looking rough right now. Sorry. I'm looking at myself like, what is going on here? Sorry. I'm on a date site. Most of you know that follow my content. And it's the conversations are sad to me. My thing is some men will lie and talk decent just so they can, see where they can get with you. Then you have some who just want to talk on the phone and that's it. They're not really trying to meet you. They're not trying to take you out on a date. They're not trying to do any of that. Then you have those that's just looking you up just because they're bored. It's like I told somebody yesterday, like, well, wow, you just found me through social media. And he's like, well, I liked your pictures, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Okay, but that's it. So now I say hello to you. How's everybody doing in the chat? I say hello to you now today. Try to call just to be civil. Say hello. No response. Maybe he felt like, well, I was interested in her. She didn't seem interested. So now I'll let her try to call me, chase me. Well, see, what he needs to understand is that I don't want to chase you. Because first of all, what I have to tell myself is, what is it that, as some guy said to me in a text, what are you bringing to the table? And if you don't have all your ducks in a row, then it's not going to work anyway, because I have preferences and needs just like everybody else. One of my preferences is that you are currently working. You have your own place. You have your own car, your own money. You do not have cats, dogs, monkeys, billy goats, children, small children living in your house. Because I don't want to be in somebody's house that don't belong to the person who I'm visiting. At 50, that would be a problem. I don't want to go into a woman's house that's your auntie, your cousin, your child. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's going to be a problem. And a lot of men that I have met in conversation only, they do not have their own place. And that's going to be a problem. And we've talked about this topic before on this channel. Men who do not have their own. I just believe when you get to a certain age, you should have your own. And that's just who I am. Because what I have to tell myself is, how far am I going to have to extend myself in talking to somebody that don't have the preferences that I desire? So if you don't have your own job, how are we going to go out? That means I have to spend the money. You don't have a car, I've got to do the driving. Then you're going to need favors because you don't have a car. So then you'll call on Angela to drive you around. So then it's like I'm toting a child around. And I don't want to tote a child around. If I want a kid, I'll go get a kid. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to be somebody's mother. I don't want to be a caretaker, provider, because I do enough of that already with people. Babysitting is what I call it. It seems like everybody I come into contact with, it could be a man or a woman. I'm going to keep it real. Some might not like what I'm saying, but I'm going to keep it 100. I don't want to babysit grown people. That's why I probably come off the way I come off with people. Because when I feel like I'm babysitting you, then I have a problem with you. And I don't want to babysit nobody, whether you're a man or a woman, because that's not my job. And I didn't sign up for that. But these men spin a lot of stories. And one of the complaints I always hear from them is that women are choosy. Y'all don't want to date this guy or a regular guy or a guy that ain't got that much money or this and that. Well, first of all, she wants you to have a job. And she has every right to want you to have your own place. And you can't get mad at that. That's on you if you don't have your own. So how are you going to be somebody that a woman will desire if you don't have your own? Okay, let's keep this real. At what age do you think it is appropriate for you as a man to get your own? There's no reason for someone 40 not to have his own place and car and job. 35, I feel the same way. You're not in your 20s when you're goofing off, loafing off your parents, auntie, cousin, whoever. You ain't got your shit together. That's a problem I have. They don't have all those qualities, such as their own. They may even work, but they don't have their own. I have a problem with that. And the duck, duck, goose, phone tagging, on and off, this and that. When you're grown, you should be able to hold a conversation. I don't want to text you. Don't text me saying text you. That makes no sense. Such on a date site, they have the option to text. One site has a little phone that you can video chat. Then another site has just a regular phone you can call on if it's working. So therefore, we don't have to exchange numbers. But they don't want to use that. And I'm always leery of a man that doesn't want to engage in conversation on the date site. Because that leads me to believe you getting ready to set me up for some BS once I talk to you on the phone. Because see, then on the phone, you got my number. And this is when you get ready to spend some extra, you know what. Such as, I got 10 kids, I live with my mama. Shut up, Queen. Now I got to find a way to ease out this conversation like I did this morning with somebody. This person was on their way to work, allegedly, out of town. So they messaged. So I went on and messaged them back because I was still up from the last live. I hadn't went to bed. So I talked to this person very briefly. Like it was under, I know, 20 minutes, probably tops. No more than 30. The part of the conversation that was janky is you want to tell me, and I'm going to go ahead and say this because we all grown. And I can talk like this to some of you. Yes, hi, Skazi. How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you all for joining me. He says to me, because he was lying down in his bed, so he hadn't got up yet to get dressed to go do his work because he was a trucker hauling cars to a dealer in another town. So he tells me, well, I was laying here and hadn't went to sleep because I've been up since about 2. And I've been up since 2. And I'm horny. You what? You horny. So what you telling the queen for? It is 7 in the morning and I'm talking to a complete stranger on the phone that I hadn't even engaged in a real conversation with on the site. And now you got my personal number. And that is the only thing that you can tell me besides you getting ready to go to work. You told me what line of work you in, what you do, where you getting ready to go, and that you've been up all morning and you horny. So my better half said, you know what this conversation is going, don't you, Big Ange? So I was sitting there already about to fall asleep because I was watching my live from last night, about to fall asleep. So I said, well, I'm going to kindly remove myself from this conversation because I know where this is going. It's 7 a.m. He's letting me know he's been up all morning. Now he's telling me that he's up because he was horny. So I already know where this is getting ready to go. Queen can't help you out. And Queen getting ready to remove herself. So I said, well, I'm really sleepy. I've been up for hours watching TV. I need to go to bed. And before that, he could not wait to finish the conversation by saying, I guess I should have relieved myself or took care of it. All right, homeboy, this conversation is over. You understand what I'm saying? So I said, well, okay, I got to go to sleep. See you later. Click. Hell yeah, I blocked him. I done told many men how I rock. I choose the, you know what, you don't choose me. I'm just like a man. Vicious. You could have handled yourself. Well, if you could have handled that yourself, you should have handled it before you was messaging me on that site. Come on, Queen. I ain't what you want. So what was he wanting? Phone sex at 7 a.m.? Or better yet, we can video chat. I don't even know you yet. If I partook. See, they don't even let you get to know you before they want to do all that. Another thing about the date site, and men in general too, they don't even got to be on the date site. Just going through social media, picking up pretty pictures. That's what somebody told me yesterday. Why they tried to friend me because they saw my picture in a suggestion, blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So we ain't a friend of a friend, nothing. Only wanting to talk about sex with a stranger that you don't even know. I mean, it's one thing that people will judge you if you hooked up with somebody that you didn't know. But in your conversation, my goodness, you could at least play the role even in a conversation. Don't you think? Don't you think you should say, as a man, how you doing? What do you like to do? What's your line of profession? What you doing today, tomorrow, whatever. How can you just start out talking about sex and you just met somebody? It's like I said, it's one thing to just go ahead and make arrangements to do something with somebody that you just met. You still got to hold a conversation to get to that point. But to just start out blatantly, what you like to do. Or most will say, let me tell you what I like. I didn't ask you what you like. That ain't what I was trying to talk about. Air Force, leave me alone, please. Let me get my information out. The thing is that they're always saying that women don't give them a chance. The women don't give them a chance. But if you don't have stimulating conversation, where can it go? It doesn't matter if the other party is looking for something, a side piece, side kick, one night stand. It doesn't matter. You still got to have some kind of conversation. I want you to be able to talk about something. I don't want to talk about sex as soon as I pick up the phone or read a text. Because that lets me know that's all you're going to be about anyway. It won't matter if I ever do anything with you. That's what you're going to be on all the time. You will never have stimulating conversation. Because the only thing you're going to talk about is sex. What you like, how you like it, blah, blah, blah. You know how they go. Then we have the men who are lying and have somebody. They're out here picking up women, flirting with women, and not honest to say they have a woman or a wife. Now, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Why can't you just say, yeah, I got an old lady. Yeah, I got a wife, but I don't live with her. We don't live together, but we're legally married. Why you got to lie? As they say, why you got to lie to kick it? Or you ain't got to lie to kick it, excuse me. You ain't got to lie to kick it. I'm just disturbed. I'm utterly and utterly disturbed at the men that I've been meeting. The conversation so whack. And if they're not talking about sex in the first 5-10 minutes, as I state, they don't have a decent job. They don't have their own place. They're living with somebody else. They always got some stuff going on. They got somebody else, a woman, a wife, lots of children, small children. What the hell I want to talk to somebody 47 years old with a 2-year-old? Huh? By the time your child get grown, you'll be in your mid-60s. And I don't think men understand that. You out here screwing somebody making a baby at 45. You can count. 47 plus 18. You're almost 70. With a child coming out of high school, you should be putting golf somewhere. 65, 66 years of age. It's sad. No conversation. Don't ever want to take you out. Always, can you come get me? I don't like that. Come get you. You don't got no car? Poor English. You don't have an automobile? No woman should ever have to go pick up a man to go anywhere. Unless his car is in the shop and he doesn't have a rental. It's sad. Utterly sad. Utterly sad. And it's just nonstop buffoonery, trying to meet and greet. But I hear it all the time. You all don't give us a chance. You all don't give us a chance. Y'all got certain types y'all like. Well, I can have a certain type, just like you got a certain type you like. Yeah, I want that guy that's like the one on TV. I sure do. I tell him in the meeting. I want, look, I don't want this woman's man, but I want somebody similar to him, Mr. Mike Hill. One of my Atlanta Housewives' husband. He's nice looking. He dressed nice. He has a professional job. That's what I want. Not him per se, but you understand what I'm saying. Now, is he a dog? I don't know. It's been said that he's cheated on most of his relationships. He told his wife that before they married. But you understand what I'm saying? I want the guy that's nice looking. I want the guy that dresses nice. I want the guy that cares about his hygiene, his appearance. I don't want the guy that cusses. Even though there's times I have a potty mouth, but I don't want to hear that as soon as I say hello to you. I don't want to hear MF yo like I'm listening to a rap song. Because I know that if you start cussing and fussing in my first conversation, you're going to talk like that every day. And then you're going to be somewhere with me in public and you're going to talk that way. And then Queen is going to hit the damn roof. John Hunter. What you doing in my chat, boy? Hello, John. How are you? But I'm just saying, the games are all the same. I'm 50, and I asked myself, how did I get to this age to where I'm hearing all this nonsense, the same shit I was listening to when I was a kid? Oh, you're so pretty. You're this. You look nice. They love to throw it on. Just like the dude last night. They wanted to meet. I wanted to meet in a neutral place. And I changed my mind. I didn't want to drive the distance to go meet him. So, okay, meet me closer here. We will meet in an open place. Next thing you know, he sends a message. Oh, you too much for me. No, I'm not too much for you. I didn't give you what you wanted, which was to do what you wanted me to do. If I don't want to drive far in the dark, that's my prerogative. Hell, I don't want to do the drive when it's daylight. And as I tell my fans, you have the right to change your mind. So I changed my mind. I said, that's okay. I don't want to drive there. How about you meet me here? We meet at this location here. What was wrong with that? And the fact that you get off late, that's going to be a problem for a queen. Because that means during the day, if I want to go somewhere with you or do something in the early evening, we can't. Because you at work because of the shifts that you work. You cannot work at 11 o'clock. Well, 11 o'clock is go to bed time. $11 is go to bed time, especially if you don't live near the person. So if you live damn near an hour away from somebody, a man is getting off of work at 11, he got to be able to get home, change his clothes, babe, all that, then come down the highway to meet you. Do you see where I'm going? That's a problem. And then there may be a time when I want to do something that's earlier in the evening. You can't go. You can't take me. You can't be a willing participant because you are at your job. And I understand that's the job you chose. So that I have to check myself. Is this somebody I want to further engage? So I let him run that mouth Friday, Saturday, just to see what he was talking about. He talked too much for me. You see, I'm leery of any man that won't stop talking. Oh, you so this, you this. Oh, I like the way you do this. Oh, I think I'd like you. Oh, I'd like to get with you. Oh, we can move out of town. Oh, we can get together, put our money together to get a house together. Wait a minute. Whoa. Queen ain't putting her money with nobody. Put my money with you. That's shit. You the one with a 2-year-old. Honey, Queen is a go-getter. Queen want to make moves. I want to jump on plane, trains, and automobiles. That's why I was able to do what I did 2 months ago. Somebody said, here's your airline ticket. Get to the airport and get on the plane. That's what I did. Because I didn't have a monkey, child, billy goat, fish, cat to take care of. See, you can't do that when you have children, small children. You can't jump on airplanes. You can't jump nowhere because you got to worry about your children first. So here you got somebody that works second shift. There's a chance that the child might come into town. They got to spend time with the child naturally. Or what that leads to Queen. And then I have to think about down the road, as one of my friends used to say. I always think about down the road. Not that you're rushing it, but just hypothetically. You like the person, you jive, you start dating. Got to think about down the road. This person works this shift. So that means they can't do stuff with you when you want to do things. 2, they got small children. So if the children come to town to visit, whoop de whoop, y'all living together. Come on, Queen. Now you can't sure go nowhere because the child is not in the house that you're sleeping in with this man. So somebody inviting y'all to a wedding, a party, a function, night cruise, on a boat. We ain't got no babysitter. You mean you ain't got no babysitter? Hello, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Scoot. But you understand what I'm saying? These are the things you have to think about when you meet people. Are you too evenly lined up? Because you are going to make sacrifices when you start dating somebody. And then 2, when you start playing house with somebody. So therefore, it's true. It is best to decide when you first meet a person and they spend who they are, what they're about, where they work, what they do for a living, their obligations to their children, their family. You need to think about all of that in the beginning because you don't want to start liking somebody and then you're upset because you're not seeing them because of their work schedule. They're obligated to their family, their mother, their cat, their dog. They like to do this with their friends, family on this day. They don't make any exceptions. You have to know all of that before you start catching feelings for people. And a lot of us, we don't do that. We are just attracted to that, the face, the body, whatever, or whatever they brought to the table at that time. And then we are pissed off down the road later. Hello, Ann. How you doing, baby? Thank you so much for joining me. But it's a battle. The one thing I'm sick of is just a lame ass Negro. I'm sick of that. I don't want you sweet talking me. I don't want you trying to fill me up, gas me up with these overrated comments and commentary about how I look, woo woo. I don't want you trying to get in my pocketbook. I don't want to ride you around. I don't want to take you to the circus. I don't want to take you to the mall in my car. I don't want to drive you around in my car. I don't want to loan you my car. I don't want you trying to move in with me. I don't want none of that. I want a grown-ass man with his own everything. And he don't need the queen for nothing but conversation and companionship. That's me. And most of you who follow me in the stories I've told you about some of the men I've met, we've had some good laughs because I have met some fools. I have met some fools, and I have met some recently, and their mouths were horrible. They talked one way on the phone, then they kind of slipped up, and I said, that don't sound good, and made the mistake of meeting them in person, and a whole nother MF jumped out the bag. Did you hear what I said? Everything is a cuss word and a criticism. Baby, I'm not your punching bag. I'm not your punching bag. You see, and that's what a lot of men are looking for. Is somebody to unload on, criticize, degrade. Whatever happened with Shamiko yesterday, 5 years ago, now, I met her. I'm getting ready to talk to her like how I talked to her. Whatever I was mad about, I'm getting ready to say it to Big Ange. No, you ain't. You think I don't have people's in my inboxes and calling on every way they could try to find me? Duo, this and that. When I'm done, I'm done. Stop. You disrespect me, I got to cut you off. Because I know that if I was to continue to deal with you, I'm going to be angry with myself and mad at myself. And self is first. And self should always be first. I don't care if you have children, a lot of family members, you are married, you're dating somebody. Self is always number one. Hello, everybody in the chat. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you all for joining me. And thank you for all the new subscribers. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. I'm 61 and gave up on me in relationship at your age, Queen. Yeah, well, you know what, Pam? I don't want to give up. I'm 50. So if I give up now, what do I have to look forward to? But just what? Doing things by myself or doing things with other people? Looking at other people live and have fun and go out on dates and try to have a companion? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be looking through the looking glass saying, woo, woe is me. Oh, I wish that was me. I'm a go-getter. I'm a go-getter. Well, I hope there are some gentlemen left. Find someone a little older than you, maybe 60, has a good job and well out. Well, that's a good point, Aquarius 63. That's something Crystal and I have talked about. Because I'm seeing, even with a few years younger than me, it's not working. 35, no. 40, no. My age, 50, no. Still don't have it together. But I have, as I stated, talked to some men in their mid-50s, and I would hope that they would already have it together. I'm trying to block that light. And they don't. And they don't. How are you 55, 54, and you don't have your own place? So when we go out, how's this going to work? I got to pick you up from somebody else's house because you don't got a car. If you don't have a car, then that means the Queen got to pick you up. Queen got to pick you up. Then, damn, who going to pay then? Who's going to pay for the dinner, the drinks? Because I sure in hell ain't. I don't mind paying, but hell, let me get to know you first before I decide I want to go in my pocketbook. And I'm known to be a nice, friendly, generous person, but that's going to stop. I've learned after this week, I will no longer be doing anything for anybody. And I meant that. I'm done. Okay, Holly. Hello, Mrs. Lakios. How you doing? I'm 43 and I wouldn't even talk to someone unless they're 50 and they got to have a life of their own. Okay. They don't make men like they used to. Well, they don't. Because a lot of men are trying to get on the get up off of a woman. I've heard men say it. I want somebody got it going on. I want her to have a good job. I want her to have a nice car and a nice home. What you saying? Why she got to have all that? Why the hell you don't go get you a nice car, a nice job, a nice home? Why are you trying to find a woman with all that You basically saying you trying to find somebody you can use and sponge off of. That's what you're saying. And I understand you want a nice looking young lady who has herself together. That's what you should say. But to say, oh, I want her to have this, and this type of job, she got to have her own house. You basically saying you're just trying to find somebody that you can move in with. And sadly, somebody will move your ass in, and she's going to be highly and sorely disappointed that she got her a buffoon up in her house. And another thing, things come along with bringing people into your life. And a lot of you don't think about that when you're dating or you're looking to date. Depending on how a person is living, that will then become a part of your life. So if you're an introvert and you don't like being around a lot of people, well, if you go meet a man or woman that has a big family, lots of friends, associates, you know where I'm going with that. Now you are in that, unless you somehow back yourself out of that. And a lot of people are not together right now because of their associates and their family members. People got together, they dated, messy relatives, friends, but it's what you allow. You allow people in your business, they'll stay in your business. You allow your family to meddle, they gonna meddle. You have to speak up. And that's one of my fears, is I'll meet somebody who does not have a backbone and they like to hear stuff in their ears. Well, why she do that? Why you let her go over here? Why you that? That's gonna be a problem. Because what I'm not gonna do is let no grown man come back to me and repeat to me what his mammy said or his sister said. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm not dating his sister and I ain't dating his mom. And everybody knows that when you're in a relationship, you don't carry a bone back to the partner. That Pookie Ray Ray said. You don't do that. You handle your business directly with your friends and your family. And if any of them have disrespected your partner, you call they bluff right there to them directly. Oh, you don't say that about her or him. And you don't go to him and say nothing. You got a problem with she, you come to me. You got a problem with he, you come to me. You don't go to them. You come to me. But see, a lot of people don't have backbones. They will let other people go call the man up and cuss him out for whatever he allegedly did. That's not how you do business. So you have to think about those things too when you're trying to date other people's friends and family members, how involved they are with their family. Loaning money. See, I think about a lot of things when you're dating. Do they do a lot for their family? Will it affect your pocketbook? Especially if you're living with somebody or you're married to them. Do they have relatives that beg a lot? Borrow, steal, all that. They like to keep company. They want people coming in their house. Give out keys to people without your permission. See, it's way deeper than what people think about dating people, playing house with people. So if you got people that got a lot of family members, you don't want to wake up one day, be in your house and wake up and see Pookie Ray Ray sleeping on your good furniture. And ain't nobody asked your permission that they can come in there and spend the nights. Because, you know, you can see my background. I'm funny about mine. And I don't have that type of shenanigans going on. Ain't no slumbering. Spend no nights on no sofas. I don't rock like that. Because frankly, I don't believe in nobody sleeping on somebody's furniture. I keeps it 100. A guest should sleep in a bed. And not windedly. Windedly, no. You can spend the night tonight. But hell no, you can't stay here. A lot of bummy man to stay in her house. Yes, well, it happens. Question you all the time. Well, that's funny you say that, Holly, because most men don't like women to question them. What if a man or woman want to know what their family thinks about them? It's up to you if you want to date. How you doing, Junie? I finally caught you live. AB sent me a couple days ago. How you doing? I subbed you and never do that. Okay, you remind me of my favorite neighbor, and her name is Angela too. I call her Ange. Okay, DJ, thank you so much. Thank you all. Hello, Denise. That's why I was with my husband for 2 years before we got married. I wanted to see everything. Still, some things came afterwards, but not bad. Okay. Yes. Thank you. A life coach. I'd have a lot to tell. But one thing I don't like doing is going back on my own word, because I feel like I can't preach to people, tell them how to live, and then I do foolish things myself. And I've caught myself doing that recently. Going back into the fold with people that I know I shouldn't be dealing with, that I already saw signs that they were foul or something about them was off. And I went on and kept talking to them, all because I tell myself, people say, well, you can be judgmental. So I go ahead and say, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and give this person another chance. I'm going to still keep talking to them. But see, I don't need to listen to what other people say or think about me, because I have to do what's right for me. And so I don't need to get disrespected to prove a point to other people that I'm not judgmental. See where I'm going? You do what's right for you. Thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. Thank you, AB. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I got such a good head on my shoulders, and why am I single? I hear I could be. Some guys have said, you look mean. And I always say, is it I'm mean, or I'm not giving you what you want? I'm not a yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. You're right, sir. You want me to agree with you. That's not me. I don't have to agree with you. You're just talking. If you ask me my opinion, then I'll give it. And then maybe you ask me about something I don't want to give my opinion about, in case I think it may rock the boat. Something says, well, you probably shouldn't go down that road with this person. You know, somebody I met recently that I kind of was interested in, but we had a difference of opinion about R. Kelly. So you can imagine where that went. And I tried to ignore his opinions to be respectful so I wouldn't cuss his ass out. Shut up, Queen. But then it took a toll one day in a store. I'm talking to a woman about the store being empty, the products being empty. And because he's a truck driver, he felt like he knew what was going on in that store. Now, he lives miles and miles away, and he wants to jump in a conversation. I'm on speakerphone, which I did not tell him that I was. So I apologize to him later about that. But I told him he was rude to the lady that I was talking to, because one, she wasn't talking to him. She was talking to the queen. You're on my line listening. Ear hustling is what we call it in the street. And I asked her, why does shelf so bare? And she said, we ain't got nobody to drive the trucks to bring the product. So then he jumps up and say, that's a lie. What? She wasn't talking to you. She talking to the queen. So the lady kind of grabbed herself. Like, oh my, because it was rude. So I walked to the back to get something else, and I told him, dude, I'm on speakerphone. So he was like, well, I didn't know that. I said, but still, you still calling a woman a liar, even if she didn't hear you. How you know her? You don't know her. So you want me to believe that the manager of the store is lying, that they didn't have no people to drive the trucks to bring the products. So if her superiors or manufacturers told her that version, why is she going to argue with them that ain't true? So she gives that version to me. You hear the conversation, and then you get mad because you're a truck driver and say she's a liar. So I told him about himself. Dude, you got problems. The fact that you flipped off like that on something that was none of your business, and you made the person out to be that they were a liar, I have a problem with that. Because if you did that right there, you would have done it if you were standing there in the line with me. And I would have been sure enough embarrassed. Because it was rude. And I let him know that in the conversation. You're rude. So long story short, we didn't jive. I sent him a nice little text telling him about his damn self. I said, you're never going to meet anybody. You're never going to date anybody. Because one, you want to be right. And you'll cut somebody to shreds to be right. And it doesn't work like that. You don't question what somebody else has said because you don't know what was told to her. And if you do it to her while I'm sitting on the phone talking to her, you will do it to me. If I had an opinion about something, you would call me a liar as well. So what would be the difference? See, you don't know people. And anybody that was want to aid R. Kelly, I tell people I have strong feelings about Robert Kelly and the situation with those women, but I'm not going to argue with you about it because you're entitled to your opinion. But the fact that you want to cuss and get flipped, that lets me know your ass is crazy showing up. Like I told him, you know R. Kelly? Do you know this Negro? Let me know, do you know her? But to get that upset, you can't let stuff like that get to you. This is when I tell you, people are showing you what they're made of. It's those little things that become big things. Okay, you saying it's a truck driver shortage. Well, let this Negro tell it ain't. That's a lie. Find a man, love the Lord first before anything else. Well, you're possibly right about that. And that's true. I do believe in God. So maybe that is the problem. I'm not talking to men who actually have faith in God because they're not acting like they have any faith in anything. They just rambling off at the tongue and just want to be seen. Ah, thank you, Crystal. Thank you. I don't know R. Kelly, but your top is beautiful. Thank you. It's a gown. I'm still in my gown. I said, this is the prettiest gown you got. I'm wearing that on my live. I don't care, honey. I was so upset with that mess from earlier. I said, now I'm going to paint my little face and put on some accessories, but they ain't got to know what the hell I got on. I'm coming in. But I thank you all. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. Callie Combs said, I don't know R. Kelly, but I thought you were going to say, I don't know who R. Kelly is. Oh, God, Lord. You can change folks' opinions. People just want to be arguing over nothing. And that's what I'm learning, Junie. Is that we're all entitled to our opinions. But you ain't got to disrespect nobody because they don't think like you. Or you agree with this, or you want to be a Democrat, or you want to be a Republican, or you think the wall should go up. You ain't got to, what you going to do, pull a gun out because somebody said, well, I think they should build a wall, or I think they should not have a wall. Okay. I have to teach myself that. It ain't worth getting riled up and getting your blood pressure up. You think this way? Okay. But we ain't got to fight. We ain't got to fight. Pam, I have not. No, baby, I haven't. I give my wife her space. She gives me mine. Okay, John. That's all right. I love to have a man in my house in my chat because I usually only have women in the chat commenting. So I like to hear from men. That's just who I am. I want to hear from men because I'm tired of just always women talking and giving their opinion. I want to hear from other people. I want to hear from other people. Over high blood pressure. Well, you got that right. I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was like, he's not well, his wife not well, the kids not well, his blood pressure was up the other day, he was on like bed rest for 2 days, and I told him, you got too much going on, you got too much stress, you got too much on your plate, you got to calm down. You got to calm down. You want to live. You want to live. And so that's why you don't get yourself riled up, upset over foolishness. But the queen has had some experiences, I must admit. Just like one tonight. I guess maybe he felt like I wasn't really interested in him. So I tried calling him back today. And I called several times. I said, oh, Queen, you called him this many times. He probably going to think you interested. So I can see where he's seen that I called. Then I sent the text when I didn't want, my number out there. Still ain't no response. And you see it's 11:16 p.m. Then it's a wrap for me. Because I'm not getting ready to play these games with you. And I'm going to tell you why. because I already leery about you from the conversations we've had, and they've been very brief conversations. The way you found me was not a way that I cared for. You just saw my picture somewhere and was fascinated. That's not enough for me. The fact you moved here and you came, allegedly had a relationship with another woman. So what I'll think of, are you still entangled with her, even though she's in another state, another town, blah, blah, blah. The fact that you now living with some people and you don't have your own, that's going to be a problem for the queen. Because like I told you all, I don't want to have to pick you up. I don't want to have to sit outside in the car and talk to you like I'm a teenager. What the hell? I look like 50 years old sitting outside somebody else's house talking to a 55, 56-year-old man. And then I don't know nothing about these people's house. I don't know what they got going on. This might be the dope man's house. I don't know. See where I'm going? And now I'm sitting out there. And what if the wrong somebody walk up? Like a female. What y'all doing? And I'm looking at her like, excuse me? See where I'm going? Because you don't know people. And then the owner of the house may be your child, whomever. That don't mean nothing to the queen. I don't know your child. And I don't know how your child rocks. I don't know what your child got going on. Your child might have a crazy baby mama. Crazy wife, crazy whatever. Here I am sitting out here. Whether I'm talking, waiting. You see where I'm going? And if you think I'll knock on that door, oh, you really crazy. That'll never happen. Because when he said that last week, are you going to come see me? I thought, dude, I don't even know you. You just get in my inbox and start talking. I'm supposed to do what? Come see you? We ain't had a conversation. See, now you see where I'm going? You jump in a complete stranger's inbox, talking about, hey, how you doing? Hey, I want a video chat. Why you don't want a video chat? I didn't feel like it at the time. Then the next sentence is, when you going to come see me? How am I come see you and I don't know you? Then I realized you don't even have your own place. So where is it that I'm getting ready to come see you at? Because I'm not knocking on nobody's door. Hell no. I don't care if I talk to you week 1, week 2, week 3. I'm attracted to you. I like you. I'm interested. I'm not knocking on nobody's door for a grown man. Hell no. Well, that's good, Air Force. I'm happy. Happy you happy. Hey, Yellow Man, where you been? I ain't seen you in months. Where you been? I don't know if I think he stays with his child, one of his children, adult children. But the point I'm trying to make is that it's already negative. It doesn't matter that you're attracted to me. We don't know one another. We haven't talked enough. And the things are already negative because you, 1, live with your child. 2, I don't believe you have an automobile. Come on with it. So how is this going to work? You know, Queen keeps it real. And as I state, I meet lots of men who don't have their own place. Just like the one last night who I was going back and forth with on us trying to decide where we were going to meet. He got a roommate and a son living with him, you know, an hour away from me. So how was that going to work? And I told him Friday night, I would not feel safe coming to your house knowing there are 2 other men living there with you. I ain't rocking like that. I ain't going to nobody's house with no 2 other men. I mean, it can get down and dirty with me walking there alone with you. Did you hear what I said? It can get down and dirty if I invite you back to my place. And as my auntie says, he don't play fair. You think I'm getting ready to go walk up in a house knowing 2 other men live with you? Oh. And I told him Friday night, how's it going to work if I try to get to know you and I want to come see you one day? That means I got to come into your house with 2 other men in there. And that's just not appropriate for a woman to ever go up in some house, apartment, condo, trailer, shed, knowing there are other men staying in that residence. Hell no. I don't ever recommend it. I don't care if you 20, you 25, you 65. If your man, prospect, whomever you meet, has roommates, keep moving. Because there's going to be some shit, I'm telling you now. Because you know what's going to happen? Somebody going to start looking at somebody. Yeah, Queen keeps it real. Somebody going to start flirting. Somebody going to start saying something out of the way. Somebody going to make a pass. And then somebody going to be crying and about to go off. And God forbid, if you get in the wrong company of the men, they decide they want to take it. You know what's creek without a paddle. Yes, no type of privacy. Exactly. Yes, M. Ray, you're right. Pick her up, take her out. That's it. Listen at Rags. You know I ain't answering the questions. You all do whatever you like to do about your personal business. Right. Oh, you disappeared. But that's my point. Because that's the point, that I can easily invite a man here and he choked me out as soon as I shut the door. Robbed me blind. It has happened to women. You let the man come in and he choke you out, beat you up, cut you up, take everything valuable out your house, and now you laying dead in your house and all your valuables gone. Because that was the setup in the first place, was to rob you. See, you don't know people. And don't think because somebody's 40, 45, they won't steal from you. Hell yeah, they'll steal from you. He's a bum. But you don't think he's a bum. You don't know people, see. That's why it's best to get somebody top shelf. A man that's got his own. Because 9 times out of 10, a man who's well off, he's doing well for himself, you already know that if he came to see you, he's not about to go sneak in your jewelry box while you go into the powder room to powder your nose. You go in another room, take a call, do something, whatever you're going to do. You ain't got to worry about your good jewels gone. But you get you somebody that's half of a hood rat. Your DVD player, DVR, your cell phone, your jewelry, everything is gone. While you sleep and slumber, he spends the night. Debit card, all of that. Thank you all. Thirsty people are vulnerable. Yes, that's true. Career criminals, yes. Yes. And that's what women need to know. That's what men need to know, because women do it to men too. We're not going to leave the men out. The women are on the take, on the hustle. So that's why you have to be very careful. But this is just what was on my mind, that I'm just tired of the lies and the games and the phone tagging and the acting like they're interested and never meet up and it still ain't what you want. It ain't to my liking. They ain't got nothing. Ain't want to offer me nothing. Because I'm telling you, I don't mind doing nice things for people. You know, I've done this recently for somebody, trying to help them. And I realized they didn't want it, but yet they're in a dire situation. So what I'm saying to myself, I ain't getting ready to offer nobody no more help. I've said this to myself, I don't know how many times in the past month. Don't do nothing for nobody. Don't offer nobody nothing, because the people aren't respectful. So from here on out, you crying to the queen about something, it's going in one ear and out the other. I can't help you. I got to help myself, because self is first. And I can no longer be worried about another grown person, their personal problems. I can't do it because I got my own. I support our service members. I was my dad's caretaker for 8 years. He was blind and disabled. I miss him so much. Okay. Queen, you are just the greatest. Don't you settle. I'm going to try not to. Your dad sounds wonderful. Thank you all. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate. I got 106 in the room. I ain't never had this many in the room talking about a hypothetical situation. So I thank Mr. AB for sharing my name and my content. Thank you so much. Okay, Yellow Man. They hid your comment. So don't curse in the chat, you guys, because they'll hide your comment. Rags, what you say? Laugh out loud. If I was a man, I'd date you. Thank you, Rags. Well, and you see, you have a lot of that now. Women dating women. The women have gotten tired of the men, so they've decided to go to the gas. That's messed up. That a woman would have to choose a woman. That's another topic for another day. But you understand what I'm saying? It's messed up. Oh, okay. Thank you, baby. I'll check it. Oh. Hold on one second. Oh! You so good to me. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Crystal, for the cash app. Y'all would take care of Queen. Amen. God is good. Let the church say amen. Y'all love me. Thank you. And thank you, Michelle Carvajal, if that's pronouncing your name correct. And Rosemarie, Shantae. Thank you all for the cash apps. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Thank you, Callie Calm. Thank you so much. Yes, we got some hard times. We got some hard times. My friend got divorced from her hubby and went with a woman, and now she likes men again. Well, that happens. I know many women who've done that. They dipped their foot in the lady pond, and they came right back on out and got back with their men, married men. I mean, they married a man or dated a man. They didn't want no woman. They want no woman. Sometimes you need a refreshing subject to get away from the child. Yes, well, that's why I said I have cheated my fans from my hypothetical situations, because we used to talk about everything under the sun, and I have not done that in months, and I feel bad. So probably April is probably the last time I did a hypothetical. So that's been a while. I won't write no book. Y'all want me to be a lawyer? The FBI, write books, life coach. I still got some work to do myself. Lord have mercy. Oh, honey, if only y'all knew. But this has been a good chat. I feel better already. So whoever try to hit that telephone line, you gonna lose. You like that helpful talking about me on a YouTube channel? I sure was. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. I see you, honey. I'm already on this live, Krista. I'd have to log out and go through the stream thing. But thank you, sweetheart. What y'all talking about in that chat? Let me see what y'all talking about. My back is hurt sitting in this chair. Hold on. I have to bend over. I can see you as a life coach. You don't have to have it all together to do that. Yeah, but you can't be wishy-washy. I can't try to tell you what you need to be doing, and I'm doing the same crazy thing. Can we go back to the color purple? They ain't ready for that. I don't think AB's fans are ready for the color purple. Hey, yellow man. I'm not talking about the ones who flip-flop, laugh out loud. Yes, I'm housebroken. What? Question, what you talking about? I'm not. What? I'm talking about the ones who never dated a man. Y'all stupid. Queen never said woman dating woman was wrong. No, if you want to date a woman, that's your business. I'm just saying it would be messed up for a woman to want a man, and then one day she says, well, I'm going to see what it's like to go to the other side of the pond because she can't get a man. The color purple, yes. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Eva. I love Canadians. Honey. Y'all don't want me to get started talking about all this stuff. That's something I want to tell y'all about how I ended up seeing the World Trade Center, the holes down in the ground where the tower stood. My first trip to New York was in February 2002 when I went to visit a man that I met in Chicago on vacation. Christmas time. I met a man in December. That'd have been December 01. I went over to Toronto in February 02. Going to see a man. Crazy situation jumped off when I got there. You know, you learn people when you're staying with them. You understand what I'm saying? I love the city. Toronto was wonderful. And the one thing I liked about Toronto is that all the women walked around with these big block heels on. They were always dressed up in heels. And I said, damn, why all these women got heels on in the city? I mean, that's all they wore then. And I liked that all the buildings, the neighborhoods, you couldn't tell who was rich, who was poor. So the Canadians have more like a classist society. They have the people intermingled with one another. So you could be in the hood and don't know you in the hood. Because I didn't see nothing that was really ghetto ratchet. I saw maybe one building that looked like it could have been, you know, more of a working class type apartment building. But all the buildings were brown with balconies. So I didn't know if one was Section 8, if one was well-to-do condo. And I like that. Yes, I've been to Buffalo. Girl, let me get to that story. Hold on a minute. Slow down. Slow down. Slow your roll. Let me get to Buffalo. Hell, you might know me. That's the reason why you asking me about Buffalo. What the hell you know about Buffalo? Now you scaring me now. Oh, Jesus. And you somebody in the chat that know my business about Canada. That ain't good. Anyway, we getting ready to get to that. That was my first trip to New York, crossing over from Canada into Buffalo. Okay. Now, before we get to that trip, I like the dude. He was a foreigner. He was an African. And like I said, we met at a Jamaican club in Chicago. I crossed over months later. Anyway, one day he went to school. He came back and he had a weird look on his face as he entered into like the bedroom area because the patio was off his bedroom. So he said, have you been outside, Angela? And I said, excuse me? He's like, have you been outside? I said, what you mean? He said, the screen is leaning against the rail. So I said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it had fallen over. I said, well, I'll go out there and put it back on the track. He flipped his lid. You know, go outside. You know, go outside. I said, oh, who you talking to like that? You ain't talking to the queen like that. You don't tell me where I can go. I go where I want to go. Do you know this man quit speaking to me for about 2 or 3 days? He quit talking to me in his apartment because the screen came off the track and he knew I had been outside of the apartment and got mad and told me that I can't go nowhere. I said, dude, I just went on a balcony to take pictures of the skyline because where he lived was like not too far from downtown Toronto. So I was like, well, what is the problem? Oh, my Lord, he had an attitude. So then I'm probably telling stuff I probably shouldn't tell. Oh, Buffalo. Okay. Thank you, honey. So then we're going to Buffalo. He, I, and one of his African friends to go send a package to Africa because it's cheaper to send it through the States. So he waits good till we get to the Canadian border. We get detained. I'll go ahead and tell that. Oh, you know Queen was jiggy. I done told these American officials, I'm an American. I don't know what they got going on, but I live here. I said, I live in Tennessee. Now, I don't know what they got going on, but I don't care. I'm a United States citizen, and we're going to speed this on up. Ooh, you know I was hot butter. So they finally let them go. We all met up. I was pissed off because I was looking at the dude I'm with. John was his name. I was like, man, what y'all got going on? Why did we get detained coming into the United States? I later found out the guy he brought with us, he had used another name or something crossing in and out of Canada. What that was about, I don't know, but it didn't sound good. So anyway, we head on to the Greyhound bus station, get to the station. We're standing up there near the counter. He's putting this package up there on the counter. The guy weighing it and everything, and he's telling him it's like $32 or something like that. Okay, so he looks at me and he says, Angie, I need $32. Hey, thank you, baby. I need $32. No thanks, cut it out. I need $32. And I said, excuse me? I need $32. I said, well, I ain't got $32. You know damn well I had money. You make me cross all the way over from Canada to America through Buffalo, get me detained in my own country, and then I'll ask me for money at the Greyhound to send your mammy a package to Africa? Hell no. His friend, the one that's got us detained in the first place. You know that's not right what you do to her. You should ask her for money before we come over. Yeah, that part. Honey, I went and sat down. I'm in the land of the free. So I took a seat. You're not getting ready to pimp me out no money in my own country. You had all day to ask me for American money to send your mother a package overseas. You wait good till we cross over into America. Get detained by American officials because your friend didn't use a fake alias names or whatever the hell he had going on. And I got to sit here and defend my own self in my own country. And you think I'm going to give you $32 damn of American money to send your mama a package to Africa? It can float on water and it get there. I don't care how I get there. It wasn't going to be on Angela's dime. Yeah, you got me messed up. He forget his wallet. American money weighs higher. Everybody knows this. That was the whole purpose of us going over to Buffalo to ship the package, because it was cheaper to ship the package from America to overseas than shipping it from Canada to overseas. I don't play them kind of games. I don't play them kind of games. And we ain't gonna even talk about before that. His friend called one day, same guy. Hi, how are you? How you doing? John there? And I'm like, no, John's at school. He knew that man was at school. See, they trying to run game on the queen, thinking the queen's slow. Oh, do you know anybody over there that likes some ivory? Thinking I'm stupid. Like I don't know ivory is illegal. No, I don't know anybody in America that wants to buy any ivory. Click, gotta go, bye. See, everybody got a hustle. They thought they had some dumb American in their company. But see, I read. I'm well read. And I knew that ivory is against the law in most countries. To have possession of ivory is against the law. So you think I'm getting ready to tell you, yeah, I know some dudes that want some ivory. If it's something white, it wasn't no ivory. And if you know what I mean, shut up, Queen. Stupid. How am I drive off and leave them? I'm with them. I'm in my own country in somebody else's car. So we go back to Canada, cross back over, no problems. Everything's Gucci. But that was just a crazy trip. You got your friend calling me, asking me about ivory. We cross over to Buffalo with that same friend. He gets us detained. Then we get to the bus station. The guy I'm dating wants American money to ship the package to his mama to Africa, knowing he had all day to ask me for American money. I thought, man, I ain't got time for this. Y'all ain't going to come over here and milk me out all my damn coins. And I'm sitting here exchanging my damn good dollars to look at a white woman on there with a crown on her head, Queen Elizabeth. No, ivory from the elephant tusk. No thanks. Stop with the jokes now. It was a guy I was dating. It was me, him, and his friend. crossing into America to ship a package to the guy's mother, the guy who I was dating, his mother. See, I can't talk about certain stuff in this chat. I see this now. Well, whatever it was legal. Because guess what? My hands wasn't touching nobody's package. So it didn't matter. Hello. Okay, what you had in that brown paper sack? It didn't belong to Angela. But that's one of my experiences, dating a foreigner. Dating a foreigner that lives in Toronto. That's one of my crazy whack stories way back when. But that is my first time going into New York. Second time going into New York was what, January 02, and that's when I got to see, January 03, when I got to see the towers and where they stood. It was a little over, a year, because that was January 03. So we was just coming out of 02. The towers fell in 01. So it just been a year and a couple of months that the towers had fallen, and I was able to see where the towers stood. And that was a crazy trip too, because I had once again met me another foreigner, and they decided to take me on a trip to New York. And oh Lord have mercy, me and them foreign men took me. Hey, you want to see what the towers were? And I was like, yeah, I want to see. And I was stunned. I was just looking down in that hole, and I was like, those buildings were down in there? That's how deep. I'm up on the street where the cars are driving. You look over the rail, it's like if you were to jump, you'd kill yourself. That's how deep that hole is where those towers stood. It's very scary. It's very scary. And being in New York was so surreal for me, because I always wanted to go to New York. You know what I'm saying? Because I always wanted to be in TV. So I was like, I want to go to New York. I want to go to New York. So I finally got to go to New York. I was just looking around at everybody. Cold Saturday in New York. All these people on the streets running, and it was weird because I was like, oh my God, you in New York? But it didn't feel like I was in New York. I don't know what it felt like. It was cold as hell. I know that. Then the guy took me to this diner. I don't know if I was in Brooklyn or where I was. And the first thing I thought of, is this a mob diner? I looked around, I said, shit, ain't no black people in here. Everybody in that room looked like they was Italian. So, I thought this is an episode from The Sopranos. What the hell is going on in I'm telling you, nice diner. Very nice diner. But when we were in there, I'm telling you, I was waiting for somebody to come up and say, bada bing. You understand what I'm saying? We were the only black folks in there. But I was just sitting there like, I thank you for taking me to a nice place. Damn. The old saying, don't sit with your back to the door. I believe that. I'm like that now. Don't ever sit with your back to the door. That's an old mob rule. And that's how I felt when I was in there. We sitting there, I said, what are black people at? What? Ain't no black people in. You done took me to a damn mob diner. I said I want to see New York. Not like this. But it was okay. It was okay. The only thing crazy about the trip is he left me in a hotel room and stayed gone for hours, saying he went to visit some friends or family members. I didn't believe that. And then the next day, after we ran around, they took me around to see, the place where the tower stood. He took me to somebody's apartment in Brooklyn and still left me in some woman's apartment then. And I didn't like that either. So that's how you get yourself hurt. You're fooling with people, you don't know them. They're dropping you off places. Here I am sitting in some woman's skybox apartment, high-rise building in New York. I don't even know who I'm with. I'm sitting here watching TV with strangers. Don't know them. I didn't like that. But these are the things we go through as women, hooking up with people you don't know, going for a free ride to another city. You say, hey, I'll ride with you. You going to New York? Okay, I'll ride. The next thing you know, you're left in somebody's apartment in New York and don't even know who the hell apartment you in. So what if something had happened to me? See, these are things you have to think about. Something could have happened to me. Nobody would have known. My family wouldn't have known because they wouldn't even known I was in New York. Winding down, I just told you he took me to a diner. We ate. And then the next day I went around the city, and then he took me to someone's apartment and just left me there all damn day till we ended up leaving to go back to Chicago. Queen has lived. What are y'all talking about in there? Oh, okay, Julie. Hold on. Let me check, baby. Sorry about that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. From Memphis. Thank you all. Thank you, June. Thank you, Shavonda. Thank you all. Thank you for the cash apps. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, I did, Crystal. I checked it. But I'd have to come off this to do the stream, baby. I can't do the stream because I'm already on a live right now. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. But I'm going to share something with you all I probably shouldn't share. But, I've told you all a few things about the men I've dated, the experiences I've had. I want to share one experience with you all that was a very dangerous situation. Each situation I was in that I just mentioned could have been dangerous because you just don't never know what can happen to you when you get involved with people you don't know people. What the hell y'all talking about down there? Many years ago, I was living in Chicago. This was back in 97. And this is before I came back to Tennessee for good to live. I was dating a guy. And he was not a black guy. He was a white guy I had met. And I dated him briefly. He was older than me, years older than me, a couple of years older, about 13 years older than me at the time, because I was probably 26. I was 26 at the time. So thank you all. Thank you. So one day, we always met in the city when we went out. He'd always take me out like every Friday, take me out to dinner, whatever. So one day he said, hey, I'm going to take you out to my house. So I said, okay. So he took me out to his house and he picked me up, had this big ass German Shepherd in his car. And I'm scared of dogs. I was like, man, I ain't want to get in this car. This big damn dog. I thought, what the hell? First guy I ever met that met me, picked me up with the damn dog in the car. Because usually when he picked me up, he never had his dog. So I was scared. And he kept saying, oh, he's not going to bite. He's not going to bite. I said, this dog as big as I am, the hell he wanted to tear my whole damn head off. So I was scared. So anyway, what is y'all talking about in that chat? Good Lord Jesus. They'll never stay on topic on my topics. Okay, we talking about Rhode Island, Boston. Okay. Lord. I'll wait till y'all get through talking in the chat. Thank you for the 122 viewing. Damn. Do 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 do. Okay, thank you, Dee Dee. Anyway, he picks me up in the city, drives me to the suburbs to his house. I spend the night. Anyway, wake up the next morning. I'm awake, but I'm lying down and I'm like facing the wall. And I hear somebody talking. So I'm like, okay, stop, Embray. Please stop. Thank you. Sassy Antique. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad somebody listening. I hear a woman's voice in the house. Now, I know that his son and girlfriend stayed there, and they were in another room with their baby in another room, sleeping. But this voice sounded like a woman. So I thought, why am I hearing a woman talking in this house? So I pretend I'm still asleep. And she's like, who is that woman? Who is that woman? You got a woman in here. So I played like I was asleep. I said, how the hell this woman get up in this house? Well, she must got a key. Oh, hell no. I let them argue it out. Woo, woo, woo. He steady telling her, what you doing in my house? How you get in my house? Blah, blah, blah. Queen acting like she sleep, but I'm dead awake, baby. I don't say nothing. I just lay there. So finally I said, Angela, go on and get up, because that's the only way this story gonna end, is if big girl get up out this bed. So I got up out that bed, and you know she looked at me like she was crazy. This little short white woman with her hair that fell out of bun. Mascara running down her eyes. She looked like something out of damn, what was that? Oh, God, I can't think. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Woo. I'm your biggest fan. That's who I'm thinking of. With the writer. Misery. She said, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I said, no, heifer, what are you doing here? I said, what are you doing in this man's house? That's what I said to her. What are you doing here? I walked right past her half dressed, went in the bathroom, G'd up, had my dress clothes on, because I had my dress clothes on from work, you know, when he picked me up. I got up, come out that bathroom looking like Diana Ross. That heifer didn't know what to think when she looked at me. And then I told him, come on, I'm ready to go home. Do you know that heifer stayed there the whole time while I got dressed in the restroom? This bitch was crazy. This was his ex-wife. She had a key to the house. Yeah, Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates with a bun and running mascara. She looked like a little egg where her shape was made. She had like a big, she was built like a little football player with little bitty legs. You know I'm damn near 6 feet tall. I'd have beat the hell out that woman. I'd say, look at this heifer. What the hell is she doing in here? So I went on and got dressed because I knew this wasn't going to end. Because obviously he didn't have the guts to tell her, ma'am, get out my house. We are no longer married. Get out my house, ma'am. So I got dressed. Told him, come on, let's go. He got dressed. And then this heifer going to walk. We all in the hallway like we huddling for a football meeting. I'm going with you. What she told him. I'm going with you to take her home. Boy, I ain't no racist, but I got to do this to you white folks in the chat. Black folks won't rock like this. You gonna tell a big black woman you getting ready to get in the same car with her and ride home? Hell to the no. Yeah, we are family. Hell no, we ain't. That white woman was this little talking shit. I'm going with you to take her home. I said, you not going nowhere with me. I said, lady, you better back up. You think she didn't back up and got somewhere? But I wished him out when we got in that car and he was driving me home. I said, how the fuck this lady get a key to your house? What's going on? Are you still sleeping with her, messing with her? No, we're not messing around. We've been divorced for years. She lives in a town over next door. She's remarried and everything. She has a husband. I don't know how she got in my house. Well, either she took the key off her son's key ring when he visited her and she doubled up a key, or he was still seeing her. I don't know. But he swore he wasn't still seeing her. And then she remarried to somebody else. But this lets me know she still had feelings for her ex-husband. Shaydoc, you know some white folks would do that. You do have a lot of folks that would do that. So I'm just going to say that after that incident, I never trusted him after that. He could have been telling the truth, but I didn't care to believe him because I told him, just imagine if you were in my shoes and you were in my home and somebody walked in and was standing there going off on me, asking what you were doing there. How would you feel? How would you feel? And as my father said, I was sitting one day, I went to see my father and his wife, and I was in the dining room. We were sitting there talking, and I told them what happened. I went on and told my father what happened, and they were shaking their head like, Lord, you and your stories. Anything could have popped off. That woman could have had a gun. She could have had a knife. She could have stabbed you over there. And don't you know, if this shit had hit the news, it would have never came out that you was dating him. They would have made up some lies. And I thought about that. How would this have played out if I had been attacked in that bed by this woman? How would that have turned out? What would they have said? How would it have turned out? Because see, you don't know people. And so now this white man got to explain what he got this black woman doing dead in his bed and his ex-wife standing there with the butcher knife. Did y'all hear what I said? Woo! That's my secret. But this is how things jump off. And my father was right. He said, you went out there, you didn't know what was going on. To your knowledge, he was single, living in the house with just his son and his girlfriend. You didn't know she had a key. He said, but in the end, who knows how it would have turned out if something had jumped off and that woman had cut you, shot you, whatever. And that's true. That's so true. Well, it couldn't be self-defense on her part because that's not her house. But I understood what my father meant. You don't know how it would have turned out. So, okay, Denise Broomer, stop. Now, that's one of my stories, one of my crazy stories. That's probably the two crazy stories I have pertaining to men. Is that story there in Chicago when I was a young woman, and the one in Toronto with the crazy African, and our adventure crossing over into the United States through Buffalo, New York, and being detained coming out of Canada into the United States. Queen has lived. Yes, you were right. M. Cos, he has kept me safe. Because I have met some really crazy people. And I will honestly say that recently, I've met some very crazy people. I've met 2 psychopaths recently. And I'm telling you, it was scary. Very scary. One, I don't know what planet he came from, but he was very scary. The way he talked when he got in my presence and was talking crazy and very critical, and he wasn't saying anything nice. And I was just like, man, what's wrong with this guy? And I was just like, oh my God. So when I was able to get rid of him, send him on his way, he kept calling my phone last month, whatever, a month and a half ago. I would not answer. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I would not answer. I would never answer. If I was to pass him right now on the street, I would go duck behind a car, a building, a tree. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Thank y'all for joining me. Okay, Rags. Yes, they are multiplying. You okay there? Life off the grid. Yeah, the narcissists love people like me. I guess they do. I guess they do. And that's the thing. Everybody needs a victim. Do they not? They need a victim. And you do have crazies. You got crazy women too. You know, that story I just told you with the guy. His ex-wife was crazy. How you just gonna walk up in somebody's house, if it's true, and just put the key into somebody's door where you don't live? Because let's just say he was telling the truth. That means this woman stole a key off her son's key rings. I believe that's what she did. She stole the key off her son's ring, dubbed the key, put the key back on the ring, and then just entered in his house, assuming he was alone. But this night he wasn't. He had company. Very bold. What are y'all talking about in the chat? She got COVID last year and never got better. Okay. Okay, Jody Aris. Oh, God, please stop. Anytime. Yes, Callie, you're right. Had I kept dating him, you're right. Because I never trusted him after that. And like I said, he could have been telling the truth. You know, see, this is why when we talk about the true crime stuff, that story right there is a prime example of you don't know what to think. You're listening to someone spin you a web saying, hey, there's nothing going on with me and her. She's married. She's got a husband. She lives in the town over. I don't know how she got a key to my house. I didn't give it to her. Who's telling the truth? Because in your mind, you're thinking, this man wouldn't invite me to his house knowing he gave her a key. That would be stupid. So that's why I kind of thought that maybe he was telling the truth, but then I really didn't know. And then he seemed kind of distant thereafter. So then that's what made me think, well, maybe there's some truth to it. I was just on the fence about the whole situation at that time. I was emotional at that time because I didn't know what to think about nothing. But I know that when I moved back to Tennessee, he regretted all of that. He told me that. He said, I regretted that incident that happened because I know you never believed me and we were never the same after that. And I regretted that you moved back to the South. I wish I had made a way for you to stay. And I regret that you ever went back to Tennessee. And little does he know, I regretted coming back to Tennessee too. But I've lived here and I've made a life here. And that's that. Can't go back. Broke into his house through his doggy door. Daphne, cut it out. Never sleep over at Betty Broderick's ex-home. Oh, you got that right, Betty Broderick. Now, that's a crazy story. That's a crazy story, Betty Broderick. For any of you who like true crime pertaining to adults, not children's stuff, that is a story you need to dig into. It's an old story. It's a story of the life of Betty Broderick. USA did a compilation documentary, like a season, kind of like Dirty John. It's a very good story. That's one of USA's second installment. The first one they did was about Dirty John. Dirty John was a guy who was a drug addict living in California. He was a grand manipulator and he used women, and he met a very nice, attractive Caucasian woman, and he used her for her money and what she had. He married her, and then he took her down through there. So if you want some true stories that are based on true stories, I recommend Dirty John, and I also recommend the Betty Broderick story because they're very good stories. Well, Rags, you know, you do what you got to do. Well, he should have been embarrassed. I mean, why would you not be? Look, what she said, like, said he was gross. Dirty John is good. That's a very good story. Would you date him again if he moved to your state? Probably not. No. I think I looked him up on Facebook a while ago. No. No. Wouldn't be my type. Well, it was a lesson, Crystal. But you know, you have to be careful because these things happen. This is why I said why this last person who has been in my peripheral here recently wanted me to come visit them where they live, this, that, and the other. I lost my train of thought. Understand what I was saying. Trying to read y'all comments. Well, it wouldn't matter to get away from him. I liked him, but I'm just upset because of how things went down, and I didn't know what to think. You know, you got to use your rational mind when something like that jumps off. You sitting here in your right mind is telling you, hey, something's going on between him and that woman, whether they divorced or not. Because you do have people who divorce and they still mess around. But he was like, I ain't seen this woman. I don't talk to her. She's got a husband in another town. And then it seemed real because you got to remember, he didn't know I was awake. He didn't know I was awake when they were in the hall talking. So it sounded real when he said, "What are you doing in here?" He didn't know if I was awake or not. Do you understand? Now, one could say he was putting on, but that's the thing. Who knows? Because he did not know I was awake. Because she walked in and stood over him in the bed. And he just happened to wake up and she was standing there. And then he jumped up. Like, what the hell are you doing in my house? And I played sleep. Lord of mercy. Queen has lived. Thank you, thank you, thank you, off the grid. Thank you, honey. She could have been a constant problem. I still would have. I would have just left it alone. Even if things had stayed good with us, if it had happened again, yeah, I would have been like, yeah, this ain't for me because you don't have control of your life. You either got something going on with her still, or you don't have no backbone. So, well, off the grid, we all make mistakes. That's why I told you. I've talked to two people recently in the past 2 months, and their conversation started shifting on the phone, and I still met them anyway. And that, like I told you, that one that was very rude from 2 months or so ago, I really didn't want to meet him because I had said, dang, something about him. I don't like his tone. And I was doing my best to ignore him because he kept calling. After he had made a little snide remark, got smart with me, I started ignoring him on the phone. And he was like, kept sending me messages because he was supposed to come down, to Tennessee. And I was just like, man, I don't want to meet this guy. Somebody ain't right. Just I didn't like his tone in the text, in the conversations. But he kept calling. So I finally answered the phone. Then he kind of changed his tone a little bit. And then he showed out when he got here. So that was enough for me. Yes, Joel, I will. Hi, Joel. Welcome. Let me call one of my fans. Hold on. See if she'll answer. And then I'll let you all loose. I'm at an hour and 37 minutes, so I ain't going to hold y'all up. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to jail. If I go to jail, they never going to let me out. Anybody jump some crazy nonsense with me right now, I'm going to get 25 to life off the top because I'm not going. I mean, I'm not about to go out here and look for no trouble, but don't come to me with nothing. Just please don't. Well, it's a hard place to be trying to date. That's the thing. It's very hard right now. Crystal, answer your phone. Sassy, nowhere. Ain't need nobody nowhere. Well, I guess Crystal's, she can't answer. Crystal, answer the phone. I want to thank you all so much for joining me, listening to the Queen. It's been rough, I must say. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll meet somebody nice, but until then, it's just a never-ending battle. Like I said, it's the lies I just can't stand. Just the phone tagging, only want to text, meet you, don't want to have a nice dinner, either want you to come over there or he come to your place, don't want to take you out. Like I said, don't got their own job, don't got their own car. If they do got a job, they don't have their own place. They got roommates or they live with somebody else or don't have a car. I mean, it's always something. It's just never a decent man with his own shit, own money, own car, own place. Ain't got no kids living with him, no uncles, no dogs, no cats, no monkeys, no billy goats. He owns the place he rents, it's his. It's just rare. Sick. Well, she need to answer so I can get out of here. He showed out. His mouth was horrible. Just everything was a criticism. Everything was a joke. He couldn't say anything without making foul jokes. Everything was a criticism. He criticized everything. It was horrible. It was horrible. And I got bored and pissed off at the same breath. I have multiple things going on right now. That girl here. What you mean? Oh, Lord. You know what? You ain't gonna call me later. But you know what I got going on? 73, I've met a lot of dogs along the way. I'm almost scared to death to try to date now. Well, look, I was on the site, and you know how you can look at the men's photos and who liked their photos, of course. So I hit the like button to see who liked the men. And there was a picture of an older white woman. You know, decent looking white lady. She's sitting on the floor posing by her little coffee table, several pictures. And the first thing I thought was, wow, this could be me right here if I don't find somebody. I could be this woman in my 60s, near 70. I think she was 70, looking for a mate. It's sad. I'm 66 now. Don't worry about it anymore. I've been alone this long. Okay. I figured I'm good alone. If the right one comes, okay. If not, okay. TC, okay. He wanted you to take care of him. Joseph Connell. Which one we talking about, Joseph? The one that was rude. He had a good job. That wasn't the problem. The point was his mouth. That was his problem. Making awful decisions and definitely can't get in trouble for tripping, being lied to. Well, that's why I say we all have to control ourselves. But see, the thing about people is you don't know people. You could be dating somebody and things could be going well. And then something comes along that you find out that this person has been deceiving you. And it could be an awkward situation that you're in at that moment. And you got to try to figure a way out because you don't know what can jump off. Because people do lie. Right. It comes when you're not looking. That's right. Dating this day and age, you gotta what? Get the DNA background and the blood work. Girl, you crazy. And that's the thing. A lot of us, we don't do that. We're not gonna go do the background checks and all that. Cut his tongue out, Lord have mercy. Sassy, please. Well, I've enjoyed talking to you all. That's been the plight of big girl lately. Just, oh Lord, just I can't meet nobody. I don't know what it is. Just the conversations are horrible. They're dead in the water. They are just horrible, honey. I don't know what to say. Okay, Crystal, you gone. All right. Well, we'll see. Maybe one day I'll have a good story to share with you guys. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Maybe one day I'll share a good story, a happy story with good news, no craziness, no drama, no nothing. But right now, I ain't got no good stories to share. Yes, it is. It's very hard to find a good man because it depends on your demographics, where you live. See, I live in an area that's predominantly white, so there are not a lot of black people in the area. So if I want to date a black man, that's going to be a problem. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be a problem. Thank you, Off the Grid. Thank you so much. Thank you. The gift of gab, as they call it. I read people so well. Is your first opinion of someone usually accurate? Well, it depends. I don't know if I want to answer that just yet. I'll say with some of the men who I thought might be a problem. Yeah. Yes. She said, pray about it. Thank you, Debbie. Linda said she's been single for 20 years, dated crazy man with machetes in their car, men that threaten to break other women's legs in my presence. I've been stalked just looking for a good man. God, let the word. What you said? Break somebody's legs, break other women's legs in your presence. Stalk looking for a good man. Whew, God. Off the grids that come to Texas. Sassy, look at Sassy. Sassy, you so messy. I like men. Period. I'm not discriminatory. How do I handle loneliness? Well, get in front of this wire and talk on this jukebox like what I'm doing y'all right now. I could be in my room sulking and woe is me, and I have my good and bad days, but I stay busy with, doing the things for the channel, doing the research for that, my other little work I do. And then I go into my TV. I try to find me something to watch because I stay up watching YouTube on my TV because, YouTube has a lot of information, documentaries, different things. So I find things to do with my time. Then, I go out on the weekends. That's something I've been doing for about 2.5 months. I didn't go out this weekend. I laid low this weekend. But I try to stay busy. Yes, you do have to keep your guard up because you don't know people. And that's sad. Kathy Bates, yeah. She was a Kathy Bates, all right. In fact, I married a man 148 days, was supposed to be a preacher. Turned out he was a drug addict. See, that's the thing. Okay, that's a question I'm going to ask before I check out of here. I'm at 1 hour and 46 minutes. This is for everybody in the chat. I will need somebody to take a toll of tally of what I'm getting ready to ask. Hold on. This is the question of the night to the chat. I'm just going to take down. I need somebody to take down yes and no. Who got some paper and pen out there in the chat? I got another little desk over here in the corner of the living room by those naked lady pictures. I got a little desk I moved out my bedroom last night and put it over here so I could prop my Bluetooth speaker and my YouTube light and computer and everything over here. This is the question. Yeah, Daphne, get your paper. Daphne, you take the no's. I'm going to take the yeses. So tell me when you're ready, Daphne. Let me know when you're ready. Okay. Daphne, you're going to write down the no's. I'm going to write down the yeses because it don't really matter. Oh, okay. This is the question before I check out of here. If you knew a man had a previous drug problem and is no longer using narcotics, would you date him? Go. I got more no's. I see that. Okay, so are we done now? Are we done taking the total? Everybody done giving their answer? Okay, y'all still doing it. Actively dealing with it. Okay, so that's still a yes. Okay. Tina. I just gonna put yours as yes, Tina. You got 20? Okay. I got 7 yeses. You win. Daphne had 20 no's. I had 7 yeses. So the chat is basically saying they would not date a man who had a previous drug problem 7 of you said yes. For those of you who said yes, tell me why you would date a man who had a previous drug problem. 22 now? Okay. Dee Dee, you said yes. That's 8. Rags, you can go to bed. Okay, Crystal says everybody does a chance. So, Crystal, your answer yes or no? Joseph says yes, do drugs too. Joseph, get out my chat with that nonsense. Now don't start. Okay, Daphne relapse, and that's would be my fear. That if I don't know you, I haven't been around you, I'm taking you at face value that you had a problem, let's say. That would always be in the back of my mind that you could relapse, that you could be in my house and take something that belongs to me. And that's a hell of a fear to have. Because like I said, you don't know people when you meet them anyway. You're hoping that people are going to do right by you when they're in your company. Okay, TC said the same thing. My experience relapse. Okay. Okay, Gigi is saying they met somebody, fell in love. They would not have dated if they known. Okay, Crystal, you saying yes. Okay. All right. Hey, Diane. What if it was 20 years ago? Well, it's just if they use drugs or not. What? Air Force, you saying yes? Nah, I can't believe that. Now I can't believe Air Force is saying yes. You mean to tell me you would date a woman that's gotten high on drugs? Oh, now you want to call in Crystal? Well, you won't answer the phone. Yes, TCE is telling the truth. You can relapse. That's right, after 30 years. Exactly. It happens all the time. People who drink, people who gamble, it's all the same. Jones Springs said, not for $1 million. Okay. Life Off the Grid is saying, only if they had years of sobriety, and some of the best people I've known are former addicts. I don't judge, but I would not tolerate relapse, and they would have to be self-aware and proactive recovery. Okay, thank you, Diane. Thank you so much. Okay, you're going outside. Okay. When you're younger in 20s or 30s, you think you can change them, but when you're older, you know better. Yes, and I agree with that. And it's not to say that people can't change. It's not what I'm saying. But I don't want to take the risk. Somebody else might want to, because I, was pondering this from some information somebody brought to me. And the first thing I thought was, what if they relapse? What if they, oh Lord, I don't know. I don't want to be thinking about that while dating somebody. Okay, both my parents are addicts and they changed. Okay, thank you for that. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Queen.
You want to give a testimony?
Everybody.
You want to give me a opinion or a testimony? Which is it? Hello?
But I guess it could be both. I don't know. I guess it could be both.
Well, go ahead.
But I think that everybody deserves a second chance. Now, if someone just got off of drugs like a week ago, then now I'm gonna hold out. But
damn, he just got off. He just got off on Thursday.
No, I need a little bit.
Hey, Shade Up.
Time, but now if it was years ago, yeah, because everybody has a past, and we can't judge everybody on our past, because everybody has one. Everybody has one. I don't care who it is. Everybody has a past. So that's why, point blank. Everybody has a past. You can't judge a person off their past. You can't, because that past is what makes your future.
Mm-hmm.
That's what brings the person that you are now.
Okay.
So if it was somebody that just got off drugs a week ago, 2 weeks ago now, because you already know they're gonna relapse, things are gonna happen. But if it was 20 20 years ago, then yeah, that was their past. You can't hold somebody's past against them like that. That's not right.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
Let's see. What Linda said, as I said earlier, I would consider dating him if the deacons and the pastor of the church said he had been in church for a good long. But you know, going to church don't mean he ain't still tweaking, girl. Now come on, Linda. You can go to church and still be getting high, drinking and fornicating and everything else, baby.
And he might be getting it from the deacon.
You know what?
You know that. Well, hey.
Wait a minute. Where that dope at? It's downstairs. In the basement. Okay? Right. So we ain't gonna start now.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. That's the worst feeling in the world, is to get yourself tangled up with an addict. Maybe next show we'll do. We'll find some people that's dated men who or women that got high on drugs. That's what I've been wanting to bring to the channel anyway. It's just hard getting people to, testify to certain type of behavior. But, that's a direction I've been wanting to take the channel anyways, with actual people who have gone through actual things, not just us talking hypothetical about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Anything else you want to add? No, that was something somebody interested. Somebody said that's somebody in the chat said they don't want to talk to men that watch porn. Maybe we should take a poll on that.
Oh yeah, let's take a poll on that.
Next poll. All right, Rags, you ready? Who's next to take the notes for me? I'm not gonna do it. I'll let somebody say they want to do yes. Who wants to take the yeses? Next poll is: would you date a man that watches porn a lot? Who's taking the yeses?
No.
Wait, hold on a minute. Where are my people at that's gonna take the polls? Well, I said watch porn a lot. That means a lot. Wait a minute. Wait. Damn, y'all. Wait a minute. Don't answer yet, y'all. Damn. Jesus. Okay, so Soul Survivor, you do the yes. Okay, I got the no's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess sorry means 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22, 23, 24. Okay. 25, 26. I'm not talking about watching porn. I'm talking about he's addicted to watching it. It's got to watch it all the time. I think it's about 27.
No. Can't do that.
Yeah, I understand people will watch porn. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about he's addicted to watching it. He's got to watch it all the time. He's got to even bring it with them to make out with you or make love to you. You see where I'm going with that?
No, that's a no.
I can totally relate. I have recently realized I'm going to pray for you. Alcoholism will kill you. I hope you don't succumb to it. Who are you talking about? Somebody that, what the hell going on in the chat? Listen to here. It derails a man's brain, his expectations. Yes, I believe that. So I had about 27, 28, 29. Okay, we can stop. I think the consensus is most of you will not date a man that's addicted to porn. Okay. Hey, Rags. I'm sure hubby probably watched some on phone, but not often. If I know about it, it's too much porn. Okay. It don't matter if he watches porn. He's having actual sex with you. Y'all not listening to what I'm saying in the chat. I'm not talking about a man watching porn periodically, looking at it. I'm talking about you notice it's a problem. He's on it all the time. You go look at the phone, he's watching it. He's got it on the TV. While he's making out with you, he needs to turn on a damn porn video. He's got to hold the phone up while he's doing it to you. Damn. Yes, addicted. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Off the grid says porn leads to other things, such as what? That what you think, Crystal?
Mm-hmm.
Daphne has a good point. We all deserve someone normal with no addictions. One addiction means they're prone to other addictions. Oh, that's a good point. I'm okay with porn if he isn't trying to hide it. When they hide it, that's because he thinks he is doing something wrong. Okay. Okay. Junie says I will never put up with it. Okay. An addiction is an addiction. They switch addictions. Yes, they do. That's true. Addiction, cheating, etc. is evil in my opinion. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all getting ugly. My cousin's husband, what'd you say? Had porn on the TV when CM came to visit. He might be addicted. When who came to visit? Y'all really talking. Lord, then talk about you filled with the Holy Ghost. Well, you know, some of them folks in church, the Holy Ghost, they be watching porn too. I'm just saying, people are human. Look at Soul Survivor talking about I'm too old to bed like that anyway. I'm dead. You know what? Did you hear that? Daphne says, my ex-bro-in-law addicted to cigarettes, drugs, gambling, addictive personality is a problem, period. Okay. 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 Thank you all so much. Porn is in the church too. Well, the thing about people are people. So that's what you need to remember about people. People sin, they fornicate. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, pastors, deacons, little church lady, secretary. You don't know what the hell she got going on. Come on, y'all. People are people.
Amen.
Okay, girl gone wild. Please, y'all stop. I look tired. I probably am. It's about that time. Need to get some rest. Thanks for calling me out. Yes, all things extreme are bad, indeed. Yes, yes. Well, I'm 2 hours in. Anything else you want to add to any of this information I've talked about with men and lives and anything you want to add, Crystal?
You just have to be
because you be because you be cutting on me.
It has to come natural.
You be cutting on me.
It has to come natural.
Well, I'm the one that I wanted though from a few months ago. I think his spirit is troubled. The one that I actually got along with and we could talk and laugh, his spirit was troubled. Because I actually enjoyed his company. But he fell off, and so that's why I know his spirit was troubled because we actually got along really well. Wow, I got 117 likes and 117 in the room at the same time. That's all right. Okay, Joseph says men hooked on porn treat women like crap. You agree with that? You agree with that, Crystal?
If they're watching it all the time, well, I don't
trust your intuition.
I don't think that a man should be watching porn
Dee.
if he's with
yes, that's how I feel. Thank you. I'm so glad you said that. I don't agree with you and I are in the same room together, and you in a chair beside me looking at porn, or we about to do the do, and you are looking at porn. Queen got a problem with that. Now I'm very glad you said that. That's the point I've been wanting to make. No more posts. I think we know. Nobody wants to be in a room with a man, whether you are doing it or not doing it, getting ready to do it. Need somebody to be turning on a phone device or video.
Right. Yeah.
Because I should be enough to look at for you to say, hey, what's up? Come here. Or you want to stroke my arm or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Why do you need to tell me to come here and then you holding a device looking at huh? Exactly. You want to find that messed up? That's messed up. But I'm just saying, I'm talking about, I'm visually seeing you watch it. I know a person can hide it in their spare time when I'm not looking. But I'm saying you're doing it right in front of me. That lets me know you are jacked up. Because you don't even care that I can just look over and see your phone or device and you're watching it. Computer, whatever.
Right. I should be enough for you.
Right.
That you don't need to be looking at that.
Right. And I think it's disrespectful too to be asking somebody, because some men, would ask you, while you alone, hey, let's watch a movie. And then you turn it on. That's telling me you got to be stimulated by looking at other people in order to be with a woman.
Right.
And I find that disturbing. Really that's disturbing.
The way that,
That's disturbing. You need to look at porn to be with your mate.
Yeah, there's an issue there.
Okay, Esley R says, I will walk out if that happened to me. Okay. You still think that way? You don't think you need a little starter to get going, Raz? Even after being married for 20 years. After 20 years, you ought to be able to still look at your spouse or whomever and be like, hey, however y'all initiate, why do you need porn? If you're feeling that way and your mate is feeling that way, you need to watch a porn to have sex. That don't make no sense. Or make love, whatever word you want to use. That's I don't believe in that. Snuggle Puss, stop it. I just that to me that's just disrespectful to a person. Well, that's my point. Why do you need? And that's a good point too. If you got somebody you with, a mate, why do you feel the need you need to watch porn too? That's right. I asked somebody that a few months ago.
Exactly.
They have a woman, and I said, well, why are you watching it if you got somebody? Why don't you just go over to her and touch her or do whatever? And he got offended. I said, why are you getting mad at me? You the one told it. That don't make no sense. How you gonna get mad at me and you told it? You hear me? Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, I'm dead. I'm confused. DG says, I think the couple should watch porn together. How you feel about that, Crystal? Did you hear me?
Oh, what was it?
Somebody in the chat says, I think a couple should watch it together.
Oh, no.
Crystal says no.
No. I mean, if they got issues.
Julie says, by the way, nobody will ever film me doing anything. Yeah, you have to be careful with that too.
Can't do it.
Made me feel so disgusted and sad when I found out all the porn my husband was all up in. Okay. Oh, Lord. You shouldn't be a replacement. And that's what I think porn is, if you have a mate. It's replacing that person. And I think that's a person that can't make a connection with another human being. Because if you have to watch porn to get excited, to be with a person, and they are right there in the room with you, there's something wrong with that. It'd be different if you're by yourself and you're trying to gratify yourself, but you have someone there in the room with you. So why do you need to turn on a video to get with the person that's in the room with you? That is something wrong. If you need to watch it while you're with the person to enact what you're seeing on the phone, film, whatever, something's wrong with you. Something is really wrong. Something is wrong. Because there's no reason for you to, every time you engage sex with your spouse, girlfriend, or if it's a hookup, whatever, it's all the same to me. You got to turn on a video. You have a whole body there, and you need to turn on a film. For what reason? That's crazy.
Yeah, you got issues.
You got issues. Yeah, that's issues. You're detached. And that's why they tell you it's dangerous to watch porn repeatedly. repeatedly, because you become detached from reality to where, like somebody said, it's a matter of expectations. You're now wanting a woman, man, whoever, to do those things that you're seeing in the video, enact those things, swinging from chandeliers, dressing up, pretending to be a little girl in the Girl Scout outfit, whatever the hell it is. And big girls can't fit in the Girl Scout outfit. She can't fit in the nurse's outfit. You understand what I'm going? Look, we gonna do this or we not. Oh Lord, look at Joseph said, maybe the guy in the porn that turns them on. Well, it might be. The guy might be looking at the guy instead of looking at the gal. That's it. I mean, you are watching two people have sex. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
But all the time, I don't think it's normal. It's just not normal. You want to watch it, it's your business.
Yeah, no,
but all the time, you got to be watching it. And as I state, he got to bring that video into the room with you. Something is wrong. Because a whole body should be enough. Yeah. Right there, you got a whole human that can pull their clothes off, and you need a video. No.
Yeah, you got issues. There's something going on.
Look, Daphne said, look here, Queen, they make them for us too. They might make them, but big girl ain't trying to squeeze in nothing that she gonna have a problem trying to pull off. Y'all leave me alone. Quit picking with me. Right. You know, I get hot and flustered too, and I'm sitting there trying to pull off some outfit. I can't. Can you imagine trying to pull it out? Girl, I can't fool with y'all. Y'all crazy. Woo. We ain't gonna talk about that. We'll talk about the boy situation on another live. Lord Jesus, man. Crystal, how late you staying up? You got to get up in the morning.
No, ma'am, I do not, and I don't have any.
Do you? Can you get to a private conversation? Can you get to a private conversation in another live?
Yeah, I can get into conversation.
Are you sure?
That's why I'm outside.
You know what? What you gonna do? You gonna sleep outside?
It's nice out tonight.
I guess it is. Okay, listen to what Shaydock said. Those women in those videos will do a hell of a lot of things I'm just not willing to do. Well, we ain't gonna ask you because that's personal, but I'm gonna leave that one alone. Crystal, back to you. Look, back to you, Crystal, like the news. Look, back to you, Bob.
Now, if I'm with a man and he gotta watch porn every time we together, or he watching it all the time, then evidently there's something that he's not attracted to me about, and it's something I'm not doing. That's how I would look at it.
Okay, so let me ask you this, if you can answer. You've noticed a few times he brings the porn out. He brings the porn out every time you all are getting ready to make love, have sex. Do you say something the first time, or you wait a few times later?
Oh, I'm finna snap. Nope, I'm finna snap.
On the first time?
On the first time, I'm snapping.
And what you getting ready to do, shorty? No.
I'm finna snap.
Because you know you ain't but this towel.
Cut it off. I'm cutting it off. No, I'm not gonna do that. You're not gonna be imagining her with me. No, we're not gonna do all that.
Okay.
No, you can't do that. No, if I'm with that person, and that person should be into me, I should be into that person. I'm not gonna be watching it, so that person should be watching it either. Like, no, no. Now, if it's like a one night stand or something like that, then okay. But if you're in a relationship or marriage, something like that.
Okay. So you saying exception if it's just a hookup. So Crystal is saying if it's just a hookup, yeah, he can pull out the porn. But somebody that you're with in a relationship,
y'all already know. Oh, if you're in a relationship, triple negative on that.
Okay.
But if
M. Carr said shut it down the first time.
Hit and miss, then okay, then yeah, because you already know it's just all about sex.
Rags, you keep saying that it don't have anything to do with the girlfriend, but there are people who actually have problems, sweetheart, that they can't function without watching it several times, 50, 60 times a day. That is a problem. Because that's going to ruin your relationship if all you're doing is looking at porn all day. There's something wrong. And there are men who will tell you they've watched it. I mean, Frank Kirkland was a porn addict. He admitted that to Oprah Winfrey. He had a problem. So one would have to ask themselves, here's a man who's godly, singing church songs, but he's addicted to porn. Come on.
He's human, though. He's human.
I know that, but I'm just saying.
That's why I say you can't hold. That's why I say you can't hold people's past or whatever against them, because they're human. We're all human. We're all good. None of us have a perfect past. None of us. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. Well, Crystal, we know that, but we're talking about when it is a problem, whatever the hell you got going on. Whatever it is. Be it drinking, be it the porn, be it whatever, gambling, whatever it is. You cheating, it's all the same. You got a problem. If you feel like you got to go out here and pick up a woman every day and you got a woman, that's a problem.
Exactly.
You lie all the time, that's a problem. It's all the same. When it becomes a daily habit. Because you have men like that. They cannot stay monogamous. That's a whole nother video right there in itself. You got to be picking up a strange woman. I know somebody like that. They got to have a strange woman in their company. Why? Every day, and you married?
And women do it too, though. Women are like that too, though.
That's true. I understand that.
Women are like that too. I know some women that are like that.
Yeah, but with a mate. But with a mate. Okay, you want to get some strange single. Okay, that's one thing. But you got a mate and you picking up strange.
Yeah, now that's the issue.
Okay.
That's an issue. Definitely, that's an issue. That's a whole nother subject right there, Queen.
I just said it was. I just said it was.
Yep, that is.
Okay, Rax says, I do agree. If it's something that makes you uncomfortable, then he should respect you and you two need to sit and talk. Yes, you do. Because I don't believe in forcing nobody into something. If you, whether it's a sexual act or you want to bring another partner into the bedroom or whatever it is, if it's playing makeup, dress up, if you ask the person, he or she tells you no, then you need to leave it alone. Don't keep going on and on. Well, I like it like this. I want you to do this. I want you. Hey, since y'all got so much to say down in that chat, what if he tell you he wants you to lay still and play dead?
Oh, yeah, no. Then that's when we got issues.
Look,
really got issues.
you see me, Crystal. Are you looking at your screen?
No, I'm outside.
You need to look at the phone. Are you looking at the YouTube channel crazy?
No, I'm not.
Well, pretend I got my eyes closed and I'm dead. Did you hear that? Because guess what? Since y'all got jokes in the chat, there's men that like you to pretend that you're dead while they're having sex with you. Look, life said bye. Just saying. Oh my God, he masturbates. Okay, now y'all going too much. Okay, Shaydoc says playing dead is my favorite position. I can't.
Oh.
Mark Lady One says you play dead, you're gonna get rolled up in a carpet and into the trunk. I can't. Daphne says she calling the cops. You can't call the cops if you rolled up in the carpet. Oh God, I can't fool with y'all. Oh, oh Jesus, I'm dead, y'all. Please stop it. Look, now here goes somebody saying it is literally unhealthy to masturbate too much. I'm gonna fall out my chair. What do you think? What do you think about that, Chris? I got water coming out my eyes. Well, what you think about that comment?
Okay, that's a little too much.
Somebody said calling an escort. Yeah, that's what you need, a Uber or something. Somebody said, what kind of stuff you been watching? Laugh out loud. That's the wrong kind of porn. I'm just saying. People are into stuff. Like Ann said, necrophilia. You're right. There's people into all kind of things. You all are branching out on all type of topics. So that's one. Somebody that wants you to lay there and play dead. You got men that also want to choke you while having sex.
I'm not doing that.
Okay? So if you really want to go there and get gritty, if you really want to go there and get gritty in this live, because I was basically talking about men in relationships, the games they play. But that's a game, playing dead and me choking you. See if you stop breathing, how long you stop breathing. Yeah, y'all quiet now, ain't you?
Handcuffed you. Mm-hmm. Handcuffed you.
Yeah, like Gacy did those young boys, handcuffed them. But the object of the game is not to let you out.
Yep. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not playing those kind of games.
Yeah, so see, that's the whole point. Things can get very ugly. You get the wrong one in there.
Mm-hmm.
Why y'all just saying anything? We're just talking in general, you guys. We're not talking about anybody specific. Red, what did Red say? That ain't no game. Sassy says, I don't play those games. You can't say what you will play if you've been put in that predicament and forced. See, this is what I'm saying. You don't know how people get down. What can you do if somebody pull out a handcuff and cuff your hand and then cuff your other hand? What can you do? Nothing. Oh, Lord. Julie said, don't play with my feet. Let's be normal.
Don't play with my feet. Oh, my God. I love my feet rubbed.
Well, I think she might mean something else. Somebody might have a foot fetish, like T.I.
I love my feet rubbed.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Hey, clap.
You sick. Yeah. Well, you know T.I. got a foot fetish. I believe T.I. has a foot fetish. What you think? He don't have a foot fetish. So. He likes putting his feet in places that don't belong.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have a foot fetish. That's totally different. Now, a man that likes pretty feet, that's different.
Yeah.
You know, a man that want no corns and the heel and stuff all cracked up and stuff.
Tanya, look at Tanya said, dang, whatever happened to basic regular sex? I don't know, baby. Look, Snugglepuss right. Over to you, Bob. You got that right. What in the world? Okay, somebody's talking about sucking on toes, okay? And a stun gun under my pillow. Yeah, you might need one.
Oh.
Whew. Y'all are killing me. Okay, Air Force, jump back. Murder on 1600 Pennsylvania. Could be. Y'all are really telling some stories down there in that chat. Oh, cuffed cabin man dies from heart attack out in the woods. Yeah, that's a Stephen King novel. Where they're playing the game, the wife and husband, and one of them passes away while they were playing those type of games. Hello, together. How you doing? Well, I'm 2 hours and 24 minutes in. Okay, now you know, don't you bring that mess in my chat. Talking about Candace Bly's feet. Please stop. That girl got some mean feet. Have you seen her feet?
Those are hooves. Those ain't no feet.
Crystal says Candace has hooves. Wait a minute, Crystal. I want you to spell it. I'm done with y'all. No, with your smart self. Smell. I can say smell. Spell it. Spell it. I said smell it. Spell it.
Ain't gonna happen.
Spell hooves. No, I want to see how good you are with spelling. Spell it.
Ain't gonna happen.
Spell it. A, B, C, D, E, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, M, Z. Now I know my ABCs. What's the rest of it? Next time, won't you come play with me? What you said? No shower in the bathroom, having ass. Hell no. Oh, lifeguard, stop it. Oh my God, Air Force said Candace's feet need a blacksmith. You know what? The live over now. I can't. Yes, over to you, Bob, and Bill too.
Oh my God.
We already we done left Bob and went to the control room. Damn. Jeez. Look, somebody done put some horses in the damn chat emojis. Y'all see. Don will be coming with a porn gig now. Please, y'all stop. Y'all killing me.
Oh, Queen, I thank you so much for livening it up tonight.
Yeah. We haven't done one of these since probably April. That's how long it's been since we've done a hypothetical. Yeah. All the lives have been about these true crime. I've had enough of that. I can't keep doing that every night. I can't do them. I can't do that every night. That's because it's wearing me out. It's wearing me out.
Yeah, liven it up. Yes.
Yeah, Bob fell out his chair.
I know I appreciate you.
You need it. Did you need that laugh, honey?
Man, I really did, girl. And you over 8,000. That is amazing.
Yeah, AB.
You deserve it, Queen.
AB. Two to the Queen's horn, and I thank him. Thank you.
All right.
You know, look at Candace. Right. Candace shaking her banana wrap. What's that? Huh? I'm lost.
Banana wrap.
What are you talking about, Dee? Oh my God. Slay Demon said pedicure with a chainsaw. You know what? Y'all see. Oh. Wait. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You see that big old man running around with that damn chainsaw? Ooh. Every time I see that movie, oh my goodness, I can't stand it. Ooh, especially the one they made, what was that, 2003? He pulled that damn steel door back with that damn chainsaw and he crunked that chainsaw. I was in that movie theater. I was screaming. Do you hear me? Lord have mercy. Jesus, I can't stand it. I ain't lying. Oh.
That remind me
I can't stand it.
That reminds me of the Martin episode with
Shanae.
With Myra.
Or Myra.
Myra, yeah. Myra went in to get a pedicure, and she needed a chainsaw, and she needed her glasses.
You're welcome, lady. Daphne said I hate that movie. Thank you so much, Susu. Yes, this is a more down-to-earth live, not a true crime live tonight. This is topics that I've done way back when that I've been known for. I'm one of the YouTubers that talk about true crime, but then I also talk about hypothetical stuff. A lot of YouTubers don't talk about basic stuff, relationships, this, that. What would you do if, you know? Yeah, it's a very creepy movie. Look, she doesn't have a pretty mouth, that's for sure. Okay. The Deliverance equals the whales. Oh my God, please stop. Oh, Daphne said this is a relief. Well, you got to laugh it up sometimes. And we all are living human beings that go through things. We have problems. So it's best sometimes to talk about things just to get, other people's opinions on certain situations. What would you do with this? Then people start talking about their own personal life in the chat, what they've gone through, what they've dealt with in life. That's that. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm going to end it here. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes. Got my nose running. Got fooling with y'all in this crazy nonsense. Lord have mercy. I was talking about my crazy situation with men. We done went from that to porn to necrophilia.
Right? Are you going to come back on?
I don't know. You got something else you can talk about? Well, for those of you who don't have to get up in the morning, if you want to do another live, it's up to you. I will put up the stream and you will get up and come up and hit the panel. It's up to you all.
I'm up. So can we take a poll on who's gonna come back?
Yeah, you have to.
Let's see if it's gonna be enough people that come.
Crystal says, "Do you want to come back or no?"
And then you can do another live. If it's not gonna be that many people, then no, don't do it. But
yeah, because if it's not gonna be over 100 at least. Well, most of them saying come back. What subject matter would you like to discuss next? And I'm gonna put up the stream so you will be able to hit the link and come up and give your opinion on the said matter. Is there something, Crystal, you want to talk about?
So, well, you had already said it.
What'd I say? Talking about the men and men. Huh? I can't hear you.
Hold it down. You said you were gonna come back.
But I gotta have a topic.
So you had said it. You said you were gonna come back.
Slay, you cooking dinner at midnight. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
I know Airport was listening.
Hey, Tasha.
You said it was a whole other topic. It was about women.
It was about the men.
Women watching porn or no?
I think it was about a man. I think it was about men. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. I'm tired. I'll be tired.
You tired? You too tired to come back live?
No, I'm not too tired. No, because I can freshen myself up. Mm-hmm. Let me take a quick minute break. But y'all gotta have a topic. That's the problem.
Oh, you said it. You said
sassy, quit cussing. Now you're getting a little nasty, old lady. What's wrong with you? Look, snuggle plus I gotta go to church. How you got to go to church? Ain't tomorrow Monday? Oh, Rags, yeah. You Rags, you on Midwest time. You're out behind me. Okay, Tanya talking about the topic, how to get a good man. Oh no.
Yeah, get some topics in there.
Throw me a topic out.
You had one though.
It was something about men on men. Remember I said that'd be another subject we're talking about. Okay, it's something about it was something about men, homosexual men. That's what it was about.
I need to be writing this stuff down.
Because I said,
be on there.
Yeah, because I said, oh, that's a subject for another day. Something about homosexual men.
Yes. Yeah, you said, what was it? I know Air Force was listening. He better stop playing shy. He don't love and stuff.
Oh, I got a good one. That we talking about trusting people.
Yeah.
Julie to my gay porn. Now I don't like that topic. Now I don't want to talk about no gay porn. We didn't talk about enough of that. We talk about enough porn. Let's talk about what if you came home and found all your things gone out of your house from your mate.
Oh.
It's like that show on ABC. What would you do? What would you do?
All my stuff is gone.
Okay, here's a subject I came up with. What would you do if you came home and your boyfriend or husband had removed all your things out of the house?
Mm-hmm. Well, but why did he move it out?
It's a hypothetical, girl.
Oh, okay.
Look, Mark says, I said your things. I ain't say his.
Well, I'm finna burn the house down because his stuff finna be gone too. How about that?
Look, somebody said he better be gone with it.
Yep, so better.
Somebody, Julie said, I puke dead by a gun. Because I told you all, see, you don't know people. You don't never know what can happen one day you wake up and you came home and all your stuff was gone. Your mate then put all your stuff out and locked the door, changed the locks, and you can't get in. Just imagine that.
Well, I mean, if I'm in the wrong for doing something wrong, then I would expect it.
M. Y'all not listening to the question. You saying how much alimony would you get? How you gonna get something if you came home and can't get in the door and all your stuff is you locked out? Or he moved out. Could be either one. You came home, there's nothing in the house or apartment, or he locked you out and you can't get in to get nothing.
Trying to think of what the heck you had said. Oh, that was a good subject.
Look, she's about to put them on gay dating sites. My house, I can bust the window, Shay Doc. Yeah, Shay Doc, you right. But you gonna bust the windows to get in your house. All your stuff is gone once you get in the house. You've busted the window out. There's nothing in there with your name on it. Nothing. All your stuff is gone. Just saying. Ann says, I made that mistake by signing a separation agreement. I could not retrieve my property. Wow, that's deep. I don't know where Crystal went. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to come back in a little bit. Give me a little minute. I want to thank you all for joining me. I thank you, AB, for sharing the content. Thank you all for joining tonight. I'm going to try to come back with another topic. If you want to donate to the channel and the Dream Everyday Shenanigans, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. The description is in all my videos. All super chats are welcome during the live. Thank the mods on deck. I'll be right back as soon as I can come up with a topic for you pilgrims. Yes, I look a little sleepy, but that's okay. It's what I do. Thank you all so much. I'll be right back here in just a minute, okay? I'll give you all a chance to refresh and get you some Kool-Aid or cocoa. Thank you all for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans.